Hi guys, it's been a while. So I wanted to chat asking the question, am I selfish? It's a thing that I struggle with because when you become ill, suddenly you need to keep asking for stuff. Sorry. I think I've got a sore throat, which is bad. But I always find asking for stuff difficult because I'm independent. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be a burden. You know, all that downhill rubbishness. But being ill, you have to ask for stuff. Otherwise, you don't get anything. So I really struggle with accessibility. So if I go places and I can't get through anywhere, or I have to move stuff out the way so I can get through, I really struggle with it because I hate asking to move stuff. I'm getting to the point now where I just get angry and I shove the stuff out the way and carry on. And then I'm like, was that really mean? Was that really selfish? And then I think later on and I'm like, no, because it's supposed to be accessible. I'm not like breaking things and throwing it across the room. I'm just like shifting it a bit and then getting dirty looks for moving the displays. But it shouldn't be in my way anyway. And bits like having to think of myself first before going to help someone. So if someone's in a time of need, I can't just straight away be like, okay, fine, I'll go help you, because I don't have the energy. And that makes me feel a bit selfish, like putting myself before the other people. Obviously, I try to always be there for people, and like people can always text me and stuff and message me and let me know if they're struggling, and I will do what I can to help. But sometimes I just can't. I can't like be there for everybody all the time if they're not there for me back. Because I've had some friends like that where they come to me all the time with their mental health problems and their life problems and everything, and just keep telling me all the bad stuff in their life and not once ask how I am. And it makes me feel like I'm sounding selfish talking about this, because obviously they're having problems, but then they aren't aware that I'm having problems and that them constantly telling me everything and everybody saying all the bits that they've got wrong in their life just dumps everything and feels like too much. And I'm not saying stop telling me. I'm not saying don't let me know if you have problems. I'm just saying that if you're then not asking how I am, I start to feel a bit bad, and it makes me feel selfish for wanting someone to care for me. And I mean, I do have friends that do say that, but it's just the few that don't just really stick out. Or like when I would go up, when I was healthier, I'd always go around and make sure I spoke to everybody at like church and social gatherings. I'd always like run around chatting to people and be like, hi, how you doing? Give them a nice hug and stuff, if they like hugs, you know. Because you have to check with people, because some people don't like touching. I, for instance, don't like shaking hands. It makes me feel like my skin's crawling and I don't like it. Hugs, great, dependent on the person. You have to be close enough to me for me to hug you. But I would always go around and ask them how they were, see what was going on, and then as it started to get worse and I couldn't run around asking people questions, I sat at the back, and one person came and spoke to me after like me sat there on my own for like 5-10 minutes, whereas I would run around and talk to like 7 or 8 different people. So now I talk to less people because I can't run around asking them questions and seeing how they're doing, which really makes me sad. And I know they're probably busy and stuff, but I've always been like at school, I would be that spare friend, you know, the person where everybody had their friends, and then if they didn't have those people, then they'd come hang out with me. I would never be picked first to be hung out with until like year 10 when I found some decent friends, you know. But it would always be like, if the other people were there, I'd be sat on my own ignored because I try to join in and they'd be like, and wander away. So like I'd always feel like that backup friend, and then I still feel like it now. And I'm 23 and I shouldn't be dealing with these teenage problems, but it's the way your mind works. And thinking like that, I'm like, am I being selfish? Am I just thinking about myself? These other people probably are trying to go see different people, but they know too many people that they're struggling to come around and see everybody. They might be struggling themselves with doing stuff, you know? So, like, every time I have to ask for something or ask someone to, like, whenever I ask someone if they want to hang out, I always feel bad, and I'm like, you don't have to. I mean, don't force yourself to come hang out with me, because deep inside, it feels like nobody wants to hang out with me. I always feel like, oh, they're only hanging out with you because they feel bad and stuff. And so trying to get rid of that, and trying to get rid of those thoughts, and just trying to carry on. And if I ask for, like, something to be moved, I'm so scared of people thinking that I'm being selfish, I'm doing it just for me, and, like, ruining other people's stuff just so that I can have accessibility, so that I can get places and join in. I always feel like I'm being really selfish, and I don't want to appear that way. So, like, I'll always cry if there's an incident and I can't get somewhere and I'm trying to adjust it, which has happened quite a few times. And then a lot of the time people are like, don't be silly, like, of course we'll move the stuff for you. And then I'm like, it's not even for me, it's for if someone else comes. What if someone else comes in a wheelchair? I want them to be okay. Because I, like, never think of me first. So I'm trying to think of me first without being selfish, if you know what I mean. It's a fine, fine line. Now I've got Avenue Q stuck in my head. Where was I? Yes. So trying to be strong and fighting for my own causes and for accessibility for disabled people in general, while trying to not appear selfish, while trying to remind people that I don't want to do it for me. It's really hard. If people can let me know if they feel like that, so that I don't feel so alone. And also, if you know me and you see me in person and you think I'm actually being selfish, tell me to shut up. Basically. Always call me out if I'm being a dick. You know? Or if my mum watches this, please don't call me out for saying the word dick. I don't swear, I promise. See you next time.